Hey everyone, happy Friday! I'm going to give everyone a couple minutes to hop on real quick. If you're new to me, my name is Leah. I am the owner and personal trainer at Leah Nicole Fitness, and I do local mobile training for women and locally where I live, which is in South Houston, and I also do online training. So welcome, happy Friday. And I get a lot of questions about how much should I be eating? How do I know how much I should be eating? How do I know how many carbs? When people say low carb, what does that mean? Does that mean 5 carbs a day? Does that mean 20? What's low? What's high? How much protein should I be eating? Can I eat too much protein? There's a lot of questions about when it comes to losing weight. Where should I start? And a lot of women, I think, just drop down to like 1,000 right off the bat because they think if I just drop my calories down, I'll lose weight, right? But it doesn't work that way. So hi, thanks for joining. I popped on a minute ago and my connection failed on me, so I'm back. So I want to talk to you today and give you a really good calculation of how to figure out what you need. And this is not going to replace a nutritionist or a personal trainer who can work with you one-on-one and give you a really customized, individualized, personalized nutrition plan just for you. But it is a good place to start. Generally speaking, this is going to be a really good place to start no matter who you are. This is going to help you figure it out, and it's just a little bit of math. So it'll take just a few minutes, but you'll have a really good idea of where to start and where to go from there. So you really need to know these numbers if you're going to try to lose weight. Try to lose fat, actually. I prefer to say losing fat rather than losing weight, because a lot of my clients don't need to lose weight. The number on the scale, you can toss that out the window. You want to lose body fat, right? So this little formula here is gonna give you the answers to those questions, and I want you to go ahead and grab a pen, grab some paper, and grab a calculator, because you're gonna need all those things. And I will put this in a blog post and post it up here so that you can see it, because it's gonna sound complicated, but it's not. Trust me, it's not. But unless you're writing it down, it might be confusing. So if you don't have time to do that right now, I will put that up later for you so that you can do that on your own. But right now, grab a pen, grab a paper, grab your calculator. You're probably on your phone right now, so you have to get a real actual calculator out, and I will walk you through this. All right, so hi, welcome. We've got a bunch of people on now, so I'm gonna go ahead and start. Okay. Let's start with calories, and I have this all written down because there's no way I could remember all this. So let's start with calories. How many calories do you need to lose fat? So you're going to take your body weight. So write that down, whether you're 130 pounds, 140 pounds, 170 pounds, write it down and multiply it by somewhere between 11 and 14. And I'm going to tell you how to decide. So choose 11 if you have a sedentary job where you're not moving around. So let's say you work at a computer, you have a desk job, you don't really get up and move around too much during the day, and you do little to no exercise. So you're just kind of sedentary for the most part. Then you're going to choose to multiply your body weight by 11. You're going to choose to multiply it by 12 if you have an active job where you're moving around a lot, or if you have a sedentary job but you do exercise 2 to 3 times a week. Then you're going to multiply it by 12. You're going to multiply it by 13 if you have an active job and you exercise 2 to 3 days a week. Then you're going to multiply it by 14 if you have an active job and you train really hard and you work out 5 to 6 days a week. Okay, so that's how you do that. That's how you choose between 11, 12, 13, 14. Make that decision. Be honest with yourself about how active your lifestyle is. Okay, multiply your weight by that number. So in real time, let me do this with you. My weight is 128 pounds. I have a pretty active job and I train pretty hard 6 days a week. So I'm going to multiply it by 14. So 128 times 14 is 1792. So in order to lose weight, which is like 1 to 2 pounds a week, okay? In order to lose 1 to 2 pounds a week, I would have to eat around 1,792 calories. Okay. In order to maintain my body weight that I'm at now, to just maintain, I can eat like 2,200 calories a day to maintain. Right now, if I wanted to lean out, I would stick to around 1,792. Okay. Next, we're going to talk about, remember your calorie number. So write that down and remember it. Put it somewhere. We're going to talk about protein. Protein is really easy to figure out. However much you weigh, that's how much protein you should have. So I weigh 128 pounds. I need to have 128 grams of protein a day. That may sound like a lot to you, but it's really important to get a lot of protein because especially when you're trying to lose weight, because you want to hold on to as much muscle as you possibly can. Okay, when you are in a calorie deficit and you're exercising and you're trying to lose fat, it's really easy for your body to pull from muscle first, and it will burn muscle before it will burn fat. But the more protein that you eat, the stronger your muscles are, and the more your body's going to hang on to that muscle and pull from other sources like carbs and fats. So you want to make sure that you have a lot of protein always. Okay, so how do you get that much protein? Protein shakes are very helpful. I use protein powder in my coffee, in my oatmeal, in my baking, when I bake cookies and stuff, protein cookies. And I just choose foods that are high in protein. So just make sure that you're getting all of that in. So write that number down, okay? Now we're going to talk about fats. So to figure out how much fat you need, you're gonna multiply your body weight times somewhere between 0.3 and 0.6. So how do you decide which one? So hi, thanks for joining. We're talking about now, we've moved on to how to calculate fats. So between 0.3 and 0.6, you're gonna multiply your body weight, and you figure that out by, if you tend to like fattier foods like cheese, bacon, nuts, if you tend to like that stuff more, you're gonna stick to like 0.5 or 0.6. If you tend to like carbs like bread, pasta, chips, I like carbs. If you like carbs a lot, you're gonna stick to more 0.3, 0.4. Okay? So because I like the carbs, I love my carbs, I'm gonna times my body weight, 128, times 0.4. And that's going to give me my fats, 51 grams of fats a day. Okay, so you got that number. Now we're going to move on to carbs. This is where you're really going to need your calculator. Okay, so I'll wait. Do you have your calculator? You ready? Are you ready for the carbs? This is going to scare you a little bit, but it's going to be okay. Carbs are good. Carbs give you muscle. Okay. Let's see. All right, so you're going to take your daily protein intake. So mine was 128. I weigh 128 pounds. I eat 128 grams of protein. You're going to take your protein intake and you're going to multiply it by 4. Okay, so go ahead and do that. Taking you back to school. Class is in session. All right, so you've got your protein multiplied by 4. Then you're going to, hi, thanks for joining. I keep seeing people pop in. Hi, happy Friday. Okay, so then you're going to take your fat intake. So go back to that number that you got. How many grams of fat? Right? Go back to that number and multiply it by 9. Okay, so now you have 2 numbers. Add those two numbers together and subtract it from the result of how many total calories you needed. Okay, so you're adding those two numbers together and you're taking that, subtracting it from your calories. So my calories were 1700 or 1792. Multiply that number that we just got. Okay, so you have another number after you subtracted. I hope I said that right. I know this is where it gets a little confusing, but you got it. Okay, so you have that new number. You're going to divide that number by 4. And that's how many carbs you need. So I'm going to say that one more time. For your carbs, take your daily protein intake and multiply it by 4. That's one number you got right now. Then take your daily fat intake and multiply it by 9. Now you have 2 numbers. Add those 2 numbers together and subtract that number from your daily calories. Now take that number and divide it by 4. And that's how many carbs. My carbs came out to 204. That sounds like a lot, right? But I lift heavy and I work out hard, so 204. So my results were 1792 for my calories, 128 for my protein, 51 for my fat, and 204 for my carbs. So what did you get? Now that you have this number, you need to get a food log app on your phone and keep track of your food. And you want to stay close to those numbers. You don't have to hit them because, exactly, because your food log's not going to be 100% correct, and it's always going to be a little bit flawed, but it's going to be close enough. And just do that for a while and see how it goes. Stick to the numbers. Follow the plan. Okay, now if you're not seeing any results, then take it down 100 calories. Don't go any further. You just take it down 100 calories. So if I was not seeing results at 1700 calories, I would start eating 1600 calories. You never want to go lower than 1200 calories though. Yeah, you never want to go lower than 1200. Okay, but just give yourself a good 3 to 4 weeks and really stick to it and see what happens. And if you're not seeing results, then drop it 100 and then give it another few weeks and then drop it 50. You can also try dropping your carbs. So you never really want to go lower than 50 carbs. Like, that's really as low as you need to go. So if you want to do a low carb day, you could do a 50, 60, 70 grams of carbs in a day, and then a high carb day, stick to the 200 mark. So you can play with your carbs and that kind of thing, but you want to give yourself enough time to really see if you're seeing results. So there you go. That's how you calculate that. Now you know. And now you can create a plan for yourself, and all you gotta do is stick to it, see what happens. All right, so happy Friday, and I would love to hear, shoot me a message, and I would love to hear what your answers are and if I can help you in any other way. All right, everyone, have a great Friday. I'm gonna go do some outdoor workouts with some clients. I will see y'all later. Bye.